Hello. Today I want to talk about choosing a just right book. The reason why I want you to do this is because there are studies that show that you can raise your reading level higher than any other method simply by reading a book on your own that is at the proper level. So, because I'm sure that you want to grow as readers and I want to see you grow as readers, that's why it's important to choose a just right book. So, the process of it is pretty simple, and they call it the five finger rule, and I'll get to why they call that in a little bit. So what you're going to do is you're going to select a book that seems interesting to you. And of course, you might go through a few books because maybe the first one that you choose turns out to not be the right book for you. So you're going to select one, maybe for whatever reason you want to choose it. If it's a book that you can see in person, maybe you like the cover art. Maybe you're familiar with the author. Maybe it's part of a series that you've already read other books. Um, and you're going to open up to a random page, and then you're going to just skim that page, and you're going to count on with your fingers how many words you are struggling with. So it is okay for just enjoyment to pick a book where you understand every single word on the page. But if you're finding a just right book, which is what I want you to be doing now, you want to make sure that it's pushing you some, but not going to be so difficult that it's going to be frustrating. You're not going to know what's going on. So if you don't understand every single word, if you've skimmed through that page and you don't have any of your fingers up, then that book you might read just for pleasure, but it's not going to help you grow as a reader. So what we're looking for generally is between 2 to 3 fingers up after you've skimmed through that page. So if it's zero or just one finger, then it's probably not going to help you that much. If it's 4 or 5, or more than 5, if you would take a second hand, then it's definitely going to be too hard of a book for you. And the problem with that is you're going to probably get very frustrated and you're not going to be excited about reading it. And additionally, you probably aren't going to understand what's going on in it because there's going to be too much of the words that you might not be able to follow along with the plot. So I'm going to also show you I have a list of links where you can find books online, because of course this is something that you can do with an online book too. You can just open up the file that it's in and scroll down to a random page and do the same thing. Your assignment for the day is related to this. So you hopefully know that there are book logs, and if not, there's actually a tutorial about how to find them. And you will also find in Class Notebook a tab that will say, for today's assignment, it will say My Just Right book. And what I want you to do is tell me your process of how you found your Just Right book. So, for some of you, it could be that you just went to the bookshelf and picked a book that you hadn't read before, or maybe one that you had read before but wasn't right for you then. And you might actually go through several books, of course, before you find your just right book. So what I want you to do is tell me your process. So maybe you logged onto the St. Louis Public Library's website and applied for a digital library card, and then had access to their books, and you picked a book from there. And so I want you to tell me things like what page you went to, of course, what the name of the book is, why you decided to actually even look into that book in the first place. And I also want you to tell me the words on the page that you checked for your Just Right books, the words that you didn't understand there. Because, of course, you should have at least 2 words there if it's actually a Just Right book for you. Of course, as always, if there's any questions, then you can feel free to contact me. Officially, my office hours are from 11 to 2, but I should be available most of the time, so don't be constrained by just those office hours. So, I hope this was helpful. I hope that everybody's staying safe. I know I'm missing spending time in the building with you guys. Also in Class Notebook, there is a place there for you guys to interact and say hello to each other and hello to me if you want to. Just remember to keep everything appropriate. Um, and that's also in the video where I talk about using Class Notebook. So, have a good day.